What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video. Now, y'all know why I'm laughing, right? Now, when last we met, I was in Denver, Colorado, but right now I'm in Washington City, Utah. All right, let's get right to it. I've been recording so much stuff, good stuff, that I couldn't fit it all in this one video. So this will probably be my first two-part video with some sort of cliffhanger. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I'm just a stupid truck driver making YouTube videos. I'm not, Steven Spielberg or Martin Scorsese. If their movies are a meal from a fine Italian restaurant, my videos are like Chef Boyardee spaghettios and I don't know what that is. I've never eaten Chef Boyardee and I can't imagine it's good though. Moving on. So we've got a lot of stuff to cover. In this video, I had to even write it down. Highway 285 in Colorado, Wolf Creek Pass, snow in May, different parking situations that we get in that aren't exactly just backing up like normal. A little bit of scenery from Seattle and one of the worst driving days I've ever had. And then part two is gonna be, well, you'll find out in part two. Cliffhanger. Ooh. So I don't know, I think we're just gonna get started with Highway 285 in Colorado and take it from there. I end up in Seattle and, well, stick around and you'll see. So there's only one thing left to do. Let's get started. We are climbing another one and the weather is not any better. It really is beautiful around here, but it's foggy and snowy, and we're at 9,947 feet. Let's see if we make it to 10,000 feet elevation. 94, 10,001 feet, and climbing. Man, this snow could be a lot worse. I mean, it's not good to drive through this weather, but I mean, this is nothing, let's be real. We're still climbing, 10,044. This looks like the summit here. Okay, now we have to go downhill on these slick streets in the snow. This grit, Man, you hear that pinging on my windshield? It's little, like, sheets of ice, frozen rain. And this is gonna be a steep grade. Whenever you have a grade that steep, I was just doing 20 something miles an hour. So that's probably at least a 6% grade, possibly 7% grade. That means you're gonna go downhill at the same clip. Yeah, that's frozen ice. So look, I got my oh boy, it's getting heavy. All right, well, I'm a professional, so they say. Ooh, I got a line of cars behind me. So if you remember, I don't like being the guy holding up traffic, so I'm gonna look for a turnout. Last time I pulled on the shoulder, remember to let that truck, oh look, here's a turnout. I can't fit, damn it. If I'd have seen it sooner. So here's a turnout. It's just a patch where slow vehicles can get over so that everybody else can pass them up. And usually they build it long enough where I don't even have to come to a complete stop like this one here. So they can get around, go on their merry way, and I can get right back on the road like I just did. Well, finally the weather cleared up and I got on Highway 160 towards Wolf Creek Pass. What is that? It's a long grind uphill, just driving 30, 35 miles an hour because the grade is so steep uphill, and I had a load of beer, which is really heavy, so it's just, I don't know. Luckily, the scenery is beautiful. I was able to pull over at a turnout and get this shot. I wish you could see just how far down that river actually is. And, I don't want to get too sentimental and sappy here, but it really is beautiful and peaceful. But anyway, back on the road. So you just go up this hill, this mountain really, until you get to the summit, which is where things get really tricky. Once you get to the top, it's a 7% downgrade for just miles and miles. And you know that things are scary when you have a road sign like this. Let's break down this sign and everything that it says, shall we? Hairpin curve 6 miles ahead. Well, you see it's actually 2 switchbacks. Then you see where it says truck ramp, the 2 arrows pointing. That's if your truck loses its brakes and you're out of control, you drive up the truck ramp. And then the speed limit, 25 miles an hour for commercial vehicles. So you know you're in for an experience. Speaking of truck ramps, here it is. It's just loose gravel and a straight line uphill to where the truck just naturally slows down on its own if you lose your brakes. So at this point, I'm going downhill. Look at the sign, warning trucks about tipping over. And it is just, I've got it in fast forward mode, but really I'm doing about 25. Here's the first hairpin turn or switchback, but they had a turnout. So I'm like, you know what? Let me turn out and see what the view is like. And boy, it did not disappoint. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Wow. Now, they had to go ruin this by putting a golf course at the bottom. It's like, oh, rich white men need to play golf. Excuse me, rich white men coming through. We need more golf courses. So, I don't know, man. I mean, it would look better without the golf course, but still, it's beautiful. Look, I'm just joking about that. You know, don't get mad at me. I was just playing around. All right, back on the road. And look at this spill, by the way. What's on the road? Somebody had a huge fine right there. I don't know what they spilled. But as soon as you get going with this, let me explain a 7% downgrade for those of you who've never driven a truck. A 5% downgrade is like, okay, hang on, but we can do this. 6% is, I'm on my brakes more than I'd like to be, but it's scary. 7% is white knuckle. The truck, it almost feels like it's got a life of its own, and it's fighting you. And it's like your will against the truck's will. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but unless you've experienced that, of the feeling of just that momentum going downhill, and you're trying to stop it, but the truck is like battling you, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a freight train that's just a runaway freight train, and you're just 7% is just, it's intense, man. It is intense. But what I can't describe is the feel. Like, you can feel it in your body. Like, this truck is it's one step from being out of control. I'm stumbling over my words because it's just almost indescribable. But you know what? We're all professionals. When you get to the bottom right here, you just breathe a sigh of relief because you made it. So I got to Durango, Colorado. Speaking of hairpin turns, I had to do a 90-degree alley dock. Now, the receiving guys had gone already. It was 3:30, and they knocked off. So I just backed into the loading dock and spent the night there. It was so quiet and so peaceful. It was a really good night. In fact, this is where, if you saw my last video of me chasing the skunk, that's where this happened. But anyway, sometimes it works out like that, where you just spend the night at the receiver. And that was one of those nights. But all in all, it wasn't bad. Okay, that was Colorado, and this next part is Washington, the Seattle area. And now in the last video, you saw me confused at a shipper. Where do I go? Blah, blah, blah. This is sort of along those lines of where do I turn? Where do I park? How do I get out of here? And a lot of other stuff. So let's move on to the Pacific Northwest and Everett, Washington. Okay, look at the dip in the road. I don't know, see, the camera doesn't show that third dimension. God, but this place looks like it's gonna be a doozy to get in. Let's see. Now the problem is, where do we unload and how do I get turned around? I was looking at the satellite, always look at the satellite view. It looks like this yard kind of wraps, and there's like an entrance right here and an exit over there. The problem is sometimes you get in and the exit's blocked off with crap. And there we go. You can't fit an 18-wheeler through there, you know? So I have to get turned around right here. Never, even if you look at the satellite view, things aren't always what they seem. Look, y'all see this? I nicked myself shaving. Man, it was just blood. Whenever you cut your face, the blood just, especially I guess because the shower, it's warm and it thins out the blood. We'll go on duty, unloading next. All right, let me get this pallet off. I'll be right with y'all. Okay, so in order to get out of here, I have to pull down this narrow road just See how my truck and trailer aren't straight? I gotta get them straight. Why do I have to get them straight? Because I have to get the trailer back in this hole where you can't see it because of that truck. Once that truck moves, you see the garage door behind the truck. I gotta back my trailer in there. That'll allow me to pull forward and come out the same driveway that I came in. Okay, here we go. The amount of room though that it takes those trailers to straighten out even a little bit is a lot. So I gotta avoid these pallets. It looks, no, that truck still hasn't moved and I don't feel like waiting on him. So I'm just gonna work around him, but it looks like I can. Boy, I am like inches from this pipe, look. I can't hit it. I'm sure the customer wouldn't like that. Okay, so now we pull forward and don't hit this guy's truck. What I'll do, JJ's Landscaping, is come up close to him and then back up and cut the opposite direction. It allows my trailer to come as far forward as possible. Remember, it's got to go forward to avoid the corner of the building. So that's how you do that. Now we'll go status, drive. All right, now I'm on driving, and now I'm out of here. Okay, here it is, McDougal. No street sign saying McDougal. The only way I would have known is the GPS. There's no street sign. Oh boy. Okay, flashers on because, all right, here's the place. Check it out. Nobody's behind me, so I can kind of take my time looking around. Okay, there's a guy. Watch this. You just want me to get the back of the trailer right here? Yeah. Perfect. Okay, man. Look at these people are nice. Everybody in the Pacific Northwest is nice, especially Seattle. Right? Okay, so I'm blocking 2 cars in. Check this out. See those 2 cars? You can see my flasher flashing on. There's my trailer, but I guess they either work here or they're just gonna have to deal with it. We have this 1 or 2 accounts where we have to get the pallets to the back of the trailer. Most places I don't have to do this, but at this one I do. So I don't mind though, because it gets me a little exercise and I can move around. Now I know it might have sounded like I was being sarcastic when I said everybody is nice around here, but I wasn't. I mean, most people you come across are nice up here or anywhere, but because of maybe what was on the news last year in Seattle, the autonomous zone and all of that, it might give people the wrong impression. Most people are nice, you know? Everywhere you go, most people are nice, but you have jerks everywhere. I'm trying to get this pallet right to the edge of the back of the trailer without it falling out of the trailer. But most people are nice everywhere you go. There's jerks everywhere you go. You have 3 new messages. It's a different load. I've been unassigned. Oh no, I'm already on my... Uh-oh. 1407 80th Street. I need a place where I can pull over now. 1407, maybe I could change the address real quick. Stop, where to? Address, 1407, done, 80th. Come on, pull up, go, come on, fast, Stevens, Everett, Washington, go. Okay, now it's telling me to turn left. Man, that's crazy. I would have been on my way to the wrong stop. Turning left on Pacific, and we'll go figure out what this new place is. I made my 2 deliveries and got reloaded, and it was time to flee Seattle for sunny LA. Now, I like the gloomy, cloudy weather in Seattle. It's easier to drive in. There's no glare and sun beating down in your eyes. But this is what else I like about Seattle. The combination of the modern architecture and that old dingy concrete like you see, plus the greenery, all the vines and trees growing on it. Check it out. You see all 3 of those together. It just looks really cool, man. I should sell my condo in Vegas and move to Seattle. Y'all, I don't know that I've had a singularly more stressful drive than I've had today. Maybe I have. I left Evanston, Seattle this morning. Evanston, Washington. I can't even talk. You see, have y'all ever seen me driving with short sleeve shirt? You've never. I'm always wearing. I'm so stressed out, I took my shirt off. That's how bad it is. You see this traffic? It's been like this for 261.5 miles. That's 261.6 miles. It's been this traffic. I don't know if people are fleeing Seattle to go to Disneyland or something. It's a Monday too. This isn't the weekend. And whenever there's this many cars on the road, what happens? Everybody goes slow. Now normally, look, we're slowing down again. 5 hours of this traffic, doing 57 miles an hour. I've never seen anything like this in my life. This many cars on the road. Normally, when you get out of town and you're in the middle of nowhere, look, I'm in the middle of nowhere. It's just, I'm not in a big city. You see, I understand when you're in the city, that's where when you get in the middle of nowhere, traffic thins out. We're doing 56 miles an hour. It's been like this for 262.9 miles, and it's not getting better. It's only going to get worse as people, it's like I said, 2:15. Wait till people start getting off of work. I'm stressed. So what did I do? I was like, I got to get off the road. This was when I was about at 240 miles, so 23 miles ago. I was like, I'm getting off the road. I'm just going to take a 30-minute break. I pull into the busiest truck stop where there's a line just to get in the parking lot. There's a line. I finally get through all of that, park, go in. They have a Subway and a Taco Bell. I said, I'm going to get some. The line in both of those restaurants was so long, I couldn't even stand in it. I'm like, I'll never get out of here. I'm like, I'll just get pizza. Well, this one particular store doesn't sell pizza. And this guy, I just passed him up back there. He's one of those guys, when there's 3 lanes, he will only drive in the middle lane and below the speed limit. Will not get in the right-hand lane ever under any circumstances, because he thinks he belongs in the middle lane going below the speed limit. Now he's in the left-hand lane going below the speed limit, and he's going to get in front of me. No pizza at this place. I'm like, I can't even get something to eat. So I made a frozen dinner. I always keep some frozen dinners in my freezer. It was Salisbury steak with mashed potatoes. The texture of the ground beef. This was patties of ground beef, like a burger, except oval shape. Ground beef isn't supposed to have a smooth texture like ice cream. I'm like, and the smell that's in, I got these Glade plug-ins. I got 2 of them in here because I like my truck to smell good. Even these can't mask that odor. This is the worst day ever, man. I don't know when it's going to get better either. All right, that's it for this video. We covered a lot, but stay tuned for part 2 coming out in maybe a few days, and we'll see how my night turned out. Well, little teaser. My bad luck did continue, but I don't know. We'll see. The next video's got bacon wrapped shrimp molcajete, homeless guys under the bridge, grapevine downgrade in California, and much, much more. So tune in for that. I hope you liked this video. I hope you watch the next one, and thank you. So until the next time we meet, this is Jason signing out. You know you've reached a new level when you got dingle balls on your bumper.